In a world in dreams of magic. What?
In a world of dreams and magic.
Right, in a world of dreams and magic.
One little girl has a dream.
And that dream leads her to a tunnel lined
with magic. A magic tunnel with magic juice all over the inside of the tunnel.
And her evil stepmother forces her to clean it.
Yes.
With her tongue.
Oh, no, with her chamois. With her chamois.
Wow. You know, I watched that.
That sounds like a good movie.
Do you know why I say she cleans it with her tongue? Because I watched that Scientology documentary, Going Clear, and they made people clean the floor with their tongue when they were in the hole.
Now, you don't know that that's true, Link.
No, I certainly wasn't there and have no plans
Were
to be there.
you there? It could just be hearsay. It could just be made up.
Right, but I love how in the documentary, which is, it's very high production quality, they'll cut to reenactments of things that have been said, and they actually cut to a shot, B-roll shot, of someone licking a linoleum floor. Have you seen this documentary?
I have.
And that image just stuck in my head, and it just kind of came out with this magic girl licking a cave.
Really? I don't think you needed to see that movie to decide that you wanted somebody to clean something with their tongue. It probably would have been the thing that you would have said without the documentary.
Well, I'm just saying, that's why I said it.
Let's talk about this. Something I actually remember from the year that this happened, 1995. I remember this being a news story. This guy named Shawn Nelson was not a normal dude to begin with, because he had done a bunch of, you can go look at the wiki entry about this guy.
Okay.
And there's all kinds of stuff that he did. No, you don't have to, because I did. But he was digging a gold mine in his backyard. That was just one little sign that things might be off with this guy.
Well, was his backyard like?
No, it had no gold. No, it wasn't like a gold region or something. But the next thing, he started digging a hole, and he actually filed a permit with the city saying that I am mining bedrock in my backyard. So he was like trying to dig down.
He got down past the gold.
You don't find gold, you move on to bedrock. But okay, he had a lot of crazy stuff happen in his life. Dude he was addicted to meth at one point. I think that's what led to this spree.
It's not a good start.
But on May 17th, 1995, he goes down to the local National Guard armory, and he's like, I'm gonna steal a tank, a World War II tank.
How do you do that?
Well, apparently they had very little security around these things, because the fence that was around the tanks was open, and he just walked in with a crowbar and started popping the tops of the tanks. And he knew how to operate a tank because he spent time in the tank unit in the military. He pops the,
Can I point out?
You can point out anything you want.
That
how about how good this hat looks?
It looks great. I love how the underside has camo on it.
Yeah, and it
which
says
is perfect for this tank tail.
I am a mythical beast inside of the hat.
And the old version didn't have that. So if you have the old version, now you got to get the new one.
And the shape is a
Support
little bit better.
Entertainment, buy our merch. Can I point out that any entity or location that has the word guard in the title should probably be difficult to get into.
Right, they should be guarding it.
Yeah.
They weren't.
Or maybe you can be more lax because, hey, we got the word guard on our, it says guard on our building.
They'll think we're guarding it.
Right.
we don't even have to. Well, they weren't guarding it, and he goes up.
He popped open a tank.
He pops open
and
the
pops
top.
inside.
No, pops open one, tries to start it, doesn't work. Pops open the second one, doesn't start. Moves on to the third one. Goldilocks! Gets in and starts up that tank.
Did he say Goldilocks?
Yeah. Goldilocks!
Goldilocks! So that's the new thing now. If you say if you try something three times, then you have to say Goldilocks.
Everybody do that. Make that a thing. So anyway, dude was nuts, and if the tank had been equipped with weapons, he would have done more damage than he did, but there's no ammo in it. So he wasn't like shooting the tank in like the big gun on it.
But I remember that he did not do damage.
Oh, he did a lot of damage. He went through the streets of San Diego and crushed 40 cars, crushed 40 cars. And then he went to a bridge.
I bought tickets to like a monster truck rally, and I haven't seen a fraction of that many cars crush.
Right, well.
The dude
and it was on
a mission.
And of course, he's only going at 30 miles per hour because he's in a tank, and he's in a tank. So this becomes a news story, and they get him on the chopper, and you can see this, you can see the video.
And he's doing it on purpose, because you can crush 1 or 2 cars by accident, but you can't crush 40 cars by accident.
We'll watch a clip here. This is some of the news footage.
The vehicle in question, a 57-ton M60 Patton tank.
Wow.
The tank is fully equipped with a machine gun and a 105mm cannon, and it appears to be bent on destruction.
Oh wow, it's so easy to go over a car in a tank.
In fairness though, the tank was not bent.
No, and neither was the barrel.
Right, but it wasn't loaded, and they didn't say either one of those things.
Yeah, because it's more sensational to say that, you know,
bent on destruction.
It could have been loaded, but it wasn't. We're not going to tell you that because it's more, but anyway.
How did this end?
He also goes up to a bridge and starts ramming the side of the bridge trying to get a bridge to come down, but it won't. He gives up after a while.
Was he like a disgruntled DOT employee?
He was a plumber.
Huh.
Yeah, I guess he showed one too many cracks. And
you should, it's good that you went for it. I mean, it's like, who knows where it could have gone. But
when you have that look on your face from the beginning, it's no way I can't win. You're like.
I had that look from when you said plumber. I was disappointed that the dude was just a plumber.
Well, I mean,
I wasn't looking at you.
Plumbers have a hard time.
Like the look wasn't about you.
He finally cracked. That's what I should have said.
That's what you should have said.
Yeah. I was thinking that, but I couldn't say it.
He finally cracked.
He
showed one too many cracks.
He finally cracked and stole the tank. But so anyway, he gets on top of the median. He gets stopped by a median.
There's also a toilet tank.
You're missing the irony of this. He runs all over these cars and then he gets trapped on the median.
Wow, the irony. Okay.
He's in a tank.
I was trying to come up with a tank plumber joke. I wasn't listening to you anymore.
He was tired of those kinds of tanks. He was tired of toilet tanks.
Right.
And he wanted the real thing.
So he runs over 40 cars yet cannot get off of a median.
Yeah, and
that's ironic.
This is where it gets a little sad.
Let's go sad.
So the cops, they realize he's stuck on this median. They're like, this guy's gonna kill somebody. Miraculously, he hasn't killed anybody yet. So they go up there and they open the top and they're like, get out of there! And there's like 4 cops on top of the tank. And he's not, he instead of stopping, he starts running the tank. Actually, Eddie just showed a picture of it. Yeah, so he's stuck on that concrete median thing.
Okay.
The little wall.
It's
not as bad as I thought it could be.
Yeah, it's a wall.
He starts rotating, he starts trying to get off of the tank while the cops are on top of him, so one of the cops just puts the gun down in there and shoots him. And it hits him in the shoulder, but he ends up dying later. I mean, you know, we won't get into talking about police brutality on this program.
Or labeling that as police brutality.
Let's talk about this. I mean, the dude was in a tank that was hell-bent, as we heard, on destruction, so somebody had to do something.
Oh, man.
So anyway,
if I was gonna steal something,
he had a good run though.
At the beginning of this story, if you had asked me if you could steal one thing, what would it be? I would have said a tank. And now at the end of the story, if you ask me if you could steal one thing, what would it be? I would say a handful of seeds. I would say I'm going back to where I was.
Boy, that would be. We wouldn't be talking. We're not talking about you though. You know, it's just like, what if one of the crazy things was in 1987, a young man hell bent on seed stealing. Stole some seeds from a seed store. His grandfather made him take them back.
And talk to the...
Moving right along.
Okay.
But the seeds had the potential for a life. I'm just you know, I'm trying to come up with an analogy that fits the whole, like, it could have been loaded. You know, maybe it was loaded. It could have been corn, we don't know. Oh, but that made me. I was thinking when he stole the tank. How, speaking of corn, the fields around our houses growing up in Bowie's Creek, the tractors, the farmers would leave the tractors out. It's like,
oh yeah,
they get finished for the day, and sometimes they just leave the tractor in the middle of the field.
Or the construction equipment. We also,
both of those.
I know what you're going to say. We would go up and see if the keys were in the ignition.
Yeah, if you work in construction or you're a farmer, don't leave the keys in your equipment because
your
little
bulldozer.
boys like us are trying to go up and we would go up to every single piece of machinery and try to start it.
But
we never ever successfully did
the
it.
only time that habit paid off for me was at Universal Studios. The keys were in a golf cart, and we stole the golf cart and took it all around the back lot of Universal Studios.
We did do that.
And that was like
2 years ago.
6 years ago.
It wasn't too long ago.